You're tuned in right now to another edition of Live Hip Hop Daily, and these every times present Sideline Stories. Good to see you, gentlemen.
What's happening?
Been away for a while. Good to see you
How
back
you
there,
doing,
H.
How you doing?
A lot of dope things we're going to discuss today in the NBA, NFL, and of course the sneaker world as always. Before we get started in today's show, of course we're here live in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, about a mile, if that, away from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So we got to show some love and give a big shout out to Atlanta United. Atlanta United are now the 2018 MLS Eastern Conference champions.
About time somebody won something in Atlanta. About time.
They'll be moving on, and the cup will actually be here. It'll be here next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, December the 8th. So I'm quite sure it'll be a crazy turnout.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a lot of Atlanta United fans were actually in New York as they took on the Red Bulls in New York. So shout out to them. Now, Atlanta United actually lost the game 1-0, 0-0 for those who aren't hip to the, soccer lingo that we use or whatnot. But they actually lost the game, but it was something where as though because of how many points the United scored game one, they had to, as long as they lost by 3 or less, they would advance and move on. So big ups to the Atlanta United. We'll see what actually goes on down here in Atlanta next week, and I'm quite sure it'll be packed right outside the building. So we might need a tailgate.
Hey,
we know tickets will be about $1,500. So I mean,
I sit and watch at home.
But we might need to tailgate and see what's going on. It's always a great atmosphere at the Atlanta United games.
Soccer fans,
and of course, you got to show some love to my man Meek Mill. His new project Championships will drop in about 2 hours. In about 2 hours, it'll be on all streaming.
You gotta get that plug in there for Philly, huh?
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to the project. As we see,
Lil Baby too.
He got some. We give Lil Baby some love out here in the Atlanta area. But it's about Meek, man. It's about championships, So street gossip. We'll see what that's. He won something. He's won a lot.
He won a court case.
When he got, and that was a huge win. That was a huge win.
He won no beef like
when he had Nicki Minaj, that was a win. That was a.
We sure?
Oh hell yeah, hell to the yeah. But Meek got some heavy hitters on this project. Jay-Z and Ross are on the song. Also got a song Kodak Black, 21 Savage. List goes on and on. Drake is on the record as well, so that's dope to see.
Drake promote the man album this time.
They've mended their bond and they're all about business. So big ups to Meek. But we're gonna get into some NBA action. We've all been talking over the last few weeks, so we've been off. I was out of town for a little while. We had the holidays and things like that. And some things have transpired in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Now, I know that we all predicted that the Golden State Warriors would be representing the Western Conference in the 2018-19 NBA Finals. But as of right now, it's a team in Los Angeles that's currently at the top of the Western Conference. And no, my friend. Oh. It would not happen to be Bron and Magic Johnson's Los Angeles Lakers. It would happen to be our man Lou Williams, and Mike Scott,
ABL Clippers.
I dig it.
ABL Clippers. That's what it is.
Montrezl Harrell and the LA Clippers. Doc Rivers is doing a phenomenal job out there. Lou Williams, once again, is looking like he should be an all-star. He was robbed last year of not actually being an all-star. Of course, he took home the Sixth Man of the Year honors, and if things continue to play out, he'll do that again this year. Clippers are looking good. Gentlemen, can they keep that same energy and momentum and end up as a top 4 seed in the Western Conference this year?
I think they should be able to because they're a deep team. Like I think they go probably between 10 and 12 deep, and they have a bunch of guys who know how to play basketball. You don't have the quote-unquote superstar. You got your scorer in Lou. You got Gallinari, who can give you a quiet 20-piece.
He was hurt last year.
He hurt a lot last year.
Big factor.
And half his career.
Yeah, for real. Tobias is coming to his own.
Tobias is looking like an all-star. Shout out Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris, J. Cole, little brother. But Tobias might try to sneak in there and get an all-star this year. Shy, the rookie. I can't say that boy's last name because his name's too long.
I dig it, from Canada.
Yeah,
went to Kentucky.
Yeah. And Montrezl has been balling.
He been killing the sneaker game in on the court.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? ABL helped him out.
I respect that.
We take that. But, Mike Scott and has came in did his thing too. So I think they can sneak in there and get in the top 4 seed. They'll be a very dangerous team to play in the playoffs.
Now, I'm always biased to Lou, of course, and his game. That's a great brother right there. But
he had jokes too the other
day. He had a lot of jokes. You got to let Lou be Lou sometimes. You got to let Lou be Lou. Doc Rivers is doing a phenomenal job, and I'll be the first to admit he's a cat that I've never really been a fan of Doc Rivers coaching. I've always thought that, I don't want to say the love, but the recognition he got for the job in Boston. When you have players like Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen,
you should win.
You should win, exactly. But
he did win Coach of the Year too in Orlando.
I dig it. So of course he played here for the Atlanta Hawks at his time in the NBA. He has impressed me though. What are your thoughts on what Doc Rivers has been doing as far as leading this team in the young season?
I say this year he's impressed me. This might be the best coaching job I've seen him do in a long time, because he doesn't have any stars. You know, he's got to pretty much manufacture that offense. He's got him playing defense. So Doc, he's done a hell of a job this year. He's definitely should be up for Coach of the Year this year.
What I do want to say though, I'm biased, so I'll throw that out there again. We got to throw Lou in the name of this as being a star out here. Maybe not a superstar as of yet, but when the game is coming down to the wire and you need the ball in a player's hand, he showed us so far. He showed us last year as well, but he showed us this year that he can win the game, and he'll take on your greatest superstar, whether it is a KD or DeMar DeRozan. You know, he'll go to the rim and go to battle with that player. So I like that. I don't know if the Clippers can maintain a top 4 seed in the West. I still, of course, think we haven't seen the best of the Golden State Warriors yet. Of course, Steph's been injured. We'll talk about that in a little while.
Always.
Draymond's been injured. There's been a little turmoil in the locker room that they're overcoming. I'm really not buying Houston right now, but I don't want to. I don't want to.
Houston made some bad decisions.
Yeah, they made a lot of bad decisions. I don't want to completely dismiss Houston right now. I like what Denver is doing. I like what Memphis is doing. I think a lot of cats overlooked Memphis because of the injuries that they've had in the last few years. Yeah, so I do definitely think that the Clippers can make the playoffs for sure, but I don't know if they'll be a top 4 seed. So that'll be something interesting to see, and we'll keep you ladies and gentlemen in tune and locked up with that. We're going to head a little bit up I-95 and talk about the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, the Sixers also are a team. I've expected a lot more from the Sixers so far. Many of you may know that's my hometown where I'm originally.
We didn't know that. Really, we didn't know.
You know, some of our audience may not know.
If you don't know this, he is. Might as well be Rocky right here, so you know.
Might as well be.
Might as well be Rocky.
Creed brother.
Exactly.
You know
might as well.
Growing up, I wasn't a Sixer fan, but I support them. But I love what they got. I love Joel Embiid. I think he's damn sure a top 5 player in the NBA right now. I love Ben Simmons. I want to see more from Ben. I want to see him get a jump shot. But I'm digging what he's doing. But Markelle Fultz. There's been a lot of drama surrounding young Fultz. Of course, Jimmy Butler is now a member of the Philadelphia 76ers.
That's not going to help.
Well, Jimmy has been very supportive.
Yeah.
He's been, and we also got to give some love to Jimmy Butler because he did something very dope today. One of the reporters I got to give love, Keith Pompey. He writes for the Daily News in Philadelphia. He's one of the beat writers for the Sixers. He sent me some information not too long ago and posted it on Instagram. Jimmy Butler gave away damn near 70 pair of Jordans today to everybody in the Sixers organization. The janitors, the cooks, the players, the coaches, everybody got a new pair of Jordans. I don't know if they're the Concords, but they got some type of dope new Jordans. So shout out to Jimmy Butler for that. But he's been very supportive of Markelle Fultz. And a lot of the team have been supportive of Markelle Fultz as well. Mm-hmm. It's been like a lot of outside chatter, media and things of that nature saying that Fultz should be gone. He should be traded to the Hawks. He should be traded to the Phoenix Suns. There have been a list of teams that currently have losing records that they feel like Fultz should get a chance to start over. I think Fultz is good where he's at. What are you gentlemen's thoughts on the Markelle Fultz situation, and can it work in Philadelphia?
It can work. I mean, he's 19, 20. Give kids a break. Give them a chance. Because if they don't get rid of Zoe in L.A., then Markelle is fine in Philly. Like, he just can't shoot. We get it. You know, hey, if this was 1995, he'd probably be in an all-star. He going to the cup like no other. I mean, he can still facilitate. Let him come off the bench. Let him learn. Let him develop before you judge him so quickly.
I mean, I see what Philadelphia. We all know they're gonna be patient because they have a long track record of being patient with players.
Trusting the process.
Joel, he played for 2 years, so pretty much. So give the boy some time. You know, I think it's really go see what's going on with his shoulder for real. I think he might be really legit hurt. So let him go see the specialist, see what's going on with it, and give him some time to develop. Just sit there and watch. Ain't nothing wrong with watching. It's not like y'all really desperately need him right now. So you can bring him on slowly, let him get his confidence back.
They need Carmelo Anthony.
I said that too. that's not a bad pickup. Have him off the bench, but we're not talking about him right now.
But unless he gonna spot up in the corner, they only
That's what they need.
That's what they need in the shooter. But no, like you said, Brett Brown's not been feeling ill will towards his injury. They want him to, he can still facilitate and be a defensive player. He might change his role. That's up to him if you want to do that. So I think he's just fine. I don't think he need to go and get traded and try to go somewhere else and play because they ain't gonna do nothing but mess up with your confidence, and that's the last thing you need right now.
I think one of the main reasons the media have been so heavy on
Fultz
because of that and because of the play of Jason Tatum. So it's like, Lonzo's been pretty good in LA.
Jason Tatum not really playing like he played last year because him and Donovan Mitchell both having the same second year stumbling block right now. So
I get Tatum. I don't get Mitchell's. I don't know why Mitchell's struggling like he is. But Tatum, I get because, you got Gordon Hayward coming back and everything like that. So, you kind of got to find your way. But I don't understand why Donovan Mitchell's having an issue.
I don't either. But I do think I agree. Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz are two very similar players right about now. They can both facilitate, as you mentioned. And they can both get to the rim. Folks can get to the rim with no problem, with no issue.
That's not one of the problems.
But he can't shoot. Even the foul shots, it's been a struggle.
I might let him lead the second. Just let him lead the second unit. Be the facilitator on the second unit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. We wishing the best for you, Markelle. Continue to work. We'll see what goes on with the Sixers. If they do decide to let him go, they do need a shooter, though. That's one of the dilemmas that the Sixers are facing right now. And you mentioned Brett Brown. I think the trusting of the process is over. It's win or I think in the next year or so, the Sixers are going to be looking for a new head coach. So I also think the pressure is on Brett Brown because he has to get a player to fit into that role, to fit into the lineup, and first overall pick, and they gave up picks, additional picks and things in the future for him. So he has to perform.
They still got the rookie from Texas Tech. They ain't played yet.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
What's his name? Zaire Smith. So he still ain't played yet. So they got stashes. They get, what I'm saying? So like I said, they don't really need Markelle right now.
One of them got the growth.
But we don't know about Zaire because he ain't played yet.
Yeah, he may not be out there this year because of his foot injury. So
he might get redshirted too. So like I said, he got a whole trust in the process.
We'll see how that goes. We're going to stay in the Eastern Conference and actually move a little bit south down 95 to the nation's capital in Washington, D.C.
Oh, Lord.
Now, Washington's won their last, I want to say two. I know they won their last game. But it's been a lot of turmoil in the media and supposedly in the locker room as far as with the Washington Wizards, their coach Scott Brooks. And the Wizards put out an announcement about a week and a half ago that everybody can be traded. Nobody's untouchable.
Everybody must go.
So, of course, that means their two all-stars, John Wall and Bradley Beal. Now, me personally, I think both of those young players, we haven't seen the best of them yet. Also, I got to give much love to John Wall because he's in Philly out messing with my man Dank the Barber, the Bionic Barber. So he's in the hood in Philly. And Dank's grand opening is real soon. No. See, that's what and John addressed that. They told him he need to stop going to the clubs and start. His game isn't the problem. It's the chemistry and what's going on around. I think they have a very talented young team with Wall, Bradley Beal, the Philadelphia's own Markieff Morris.
Yeah, throw that in there, bro.
Jeff Green looks good. It looks good as well. So it's like they have some young talent over there in Washington, but it appears everybody's on the block. So my question to you two gentlemen is, if this is true, if the Wizards are looking to start over in the future or in the very near future and trade Bradley Beal and John Wall, where should those gentlemen end up?
Well, Bradley Beal's case, we all know where the top place is the Lakers. Or if he stays in the East, I wouldn't mind seeing him going to Charlotte. Have a backcourt, him and Kemba.
Kemba's a free agent this year. He may be gone.
No, Jordan gonna give him that bag. He ain't going nowhere. Jordan gonna give him that money.
I don't know. Jordan don't make real smart decisions.
So that's why he's not. That's why he's just the owner now. That's why he got Mitch Kupchak. So he ain't got to try to be the owner and GM either. So I think Bradley Beal can either go up in Charlotte or the Lakers because we all know everybody with the Lakers could be traded except for probably Braun, Kuzma, and Josh Hart. So pick your litter. Who you want? They take them all.
You sending Brandon Ingram to Washington for?
If they'll take an even swap.
Take an even swap, but yeah, that too. Or if you do John Wall for Lonzo and
gonna
Ingram.
work.
It will. Yeah, who knows? It might work.
Well. Bradley Beal, I can see him going. L.A., I would say, or if not L.A., Philly. If he end up in Philly, that'd be pretty decent.
Unless you do get rid of Markelle and
that'd be pretty decent.
Some picks or something.
How many picks you got?
We got picks.
Plenty.
They got picks in the stash.
But John Wall, I don't even think they can move John Wall.
Well, I thought about his contract.
His contract is bloated, and then he got like a 15% trade kicker that kicks in next year if he gets traded. So it's like,
who's gonna take all that money?
Yeah, unless you take a salary dump kind of deal.
He took the words right. I'm about to say, who needs to take John Wall is the New York Knicks, because there's a lot of speculation about them possibly getting Durant or a free agent in the offseason. Their track history shows they don't get big free agents that come there.
They get the second tier.
They don't, but they also have a coach like Dave Fizdale, who is a player's coach too, who has the recognition and the respect around the league.
You might as well go for what you know and get that man via trade, and then that's another asset to possibly bring in some free agents in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, but like I was reading and hearing, KD's allure with New York is
KD not going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
All right, I'm just saying, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
KD
his
going
allure
nowhere.
with New York is kind of how LeBron's was with LA. He has a lot of business and stuff like that in New York with his business partner in New York. I mean, don't be all right. I'm just like this. Don't be surprised if KD end up going there, because after a while,
that's the Santa Claus wish list for Knicks fans, but it's not.
I know H be happy about that. We know
absolutely would.
But if KD wins 3 straight, what else there to prove?
There's nothing to prove, but you can win 4 straight, 5 straight,
and all that. It's still not gonna be his team, and players want that. KD
they do, but I think just off subject a little bit. I think that Steph and KD have a great understanding. In the regular season, it's Steph Curry's team. But when it's money time in the playoffs, it is Kevin Durant's team. Kevin Durant, when the game slows down, it's more like, in the regular season, you can play the fast pace, be shooting from half court X, Y, and Z. And I think that's why we see Steph, I don't want to say struggle, but in the finals a few times, he has slightly struggled. And we haven't seen the same.
A little more human.
And we see Durant go to another level. He's not gonna get that in New York. I get that Porzingis will be coming back, and we'll see. If I like Kevin Knox a lot. New York has some talent, but I can see Wall in New York. So you're saying Bradley Beal could go where?
I say either L.A. or Philly.
And you think John Wall will end up staying in Washington or going where?
It would be tough to see him go anywhere. He might be like the last of the Mohicans by the time this is all over.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to my man, because he got that bag. Because that contract when he's 31, that boy about to get 40 plus.
I'm about to say, so he gonna be like a 40. He gonna be like a 32-year-old point guard making like $45 million.
I ain't mad at that, because he's still gonna be game.
32. He ain't gonna be old.
You say Bradley Beal could possibly go to Washington or Charlotte. Where do you see John Wall going? Or is he staying in D.C.?
So I don't think it's like, do you want to trade him within conference, or you want to trade him in the West? Because
if you're trading away Bradley Beal and John Wall, you're going in the tank season anyway. So it don't matter where you trade. You trade
because everybody gonna be free range, so they might do something to trade Bradley and Markieff and send them
get Otto out of there.
Get Otto
Porter contract kind of low key bloated.
So, yeah, but it was for the market, because how he would play that year. He got the year before he got paid. He led the league in 3-point field goal percentage, something like that. So. Dang, John Wall, where could I see them? Who needs a point guard? Well,
Phoenix.
No, well, yeah, Phoenix do, yeah.
But if him and Bill can't coexist, I don't see him and Booker coexist. I get that they're both both Wildcats, both from Kentucky. But yeah, I don't.
Or maybe Orlando.
I can see Orlando.
So they need a point guard, because who's their point guard?
DJ Augustine.
He's still in the league.
Mm-hmm. Hey, he's solid. He's solid.
He's a solid.
He's just not a
he
star.
He need to be on the bench though.
If he goes, if John can go to Orlando or something like that, they're up and coming. They West Coast trip. They played well. They beat the Lakers. They almost beat Golden State. They gave up 10 threes last night.
And what about Miami? I don't hear a lot of people saying anything about Miami.
He doesn't need to be in Miami full time.
Him and Dragic, or are you taking Dragic back?
He doesn't need.
Dragic might have to come off the bench.
John don't need to be in Miami full time. John don't
Too much partying on South Beach. He'd be all right.
He don't need to be in Miami full time.
He'd be all right. He'll
don't
make
need
it
to be
happen.
Miami. Not full time, nah.
Staying here closer to home, our Atlanta Hawks, their record isn't showing it, but it appears that they're growing up right in front of our faces now.
Yeah, painful to watch sometimes.
They're always entertaining. The outcome may be painful because I believe now they've won 5 games.
They're on a 2-game winning streak.
Well, they were on a
2-game
winning streak, but they fell to Charlotte last night in the second game of a back-to-back. They beat Charlotte Wednesday. Then they went ahead and beat Miami on Tuesday. But then last night, on Wednesday night, they went ahead. It was a back-to-back against Charlotte. They lost to Charlotte. And tomorrow night, they're actually in Oklahoma City, where Trae Young is from. He's from the Oklahoma City area, so it'll be a homecoming of sorts.
But try to go off on them.
We hear a lot of speculation, tank for Zion, seeing if the Hawks will bring Zion Williamson.
I don't like
here in next year's draft. They'll have a few first-round picks to play around with, and right now they're looking like they would definitely get the number 1 or number 2 pick in the NBA draft. Now, as far as ESPN goes, they have Zion coming here. They have Zion as the Hawks getting the number 1 overall pick and Zion coming here, and then the Hawks having a 9th pick and the gentleman Kevin Porter, that's in USC. Yeah. They have him coming here as well. So 9 times out of 10, the Hawks will have 2 top 10 first round picks next year. Yeah, and it could possibly even be 3. So we'll see what Travis Slank does and how he works that.
I forgot it's a GM.
John Collins is now back in the mix, and he's looking pretty good. Shout out to John. He had his high school jersey retired the other night before the Hawks, on Monday night actually, before the Hawks faced the Miami Heat on Tuesday. Trae Young has struggled from the three-point line at times, but one thing he has not struggled from is being able to facilitate. He already looks like an NBA vet out there, dishing the ball and making great play decisions with the ball in his hands. We've seen Taurean Prince excelling this year. Jeremy Lin, got to give a lot of love. I'm a little scared. I think Jeremy Lin will be traded. Yes, I think he'll be traded before the All-Star break with the way he's been playing off of the bench, but he looks phenomenal, and it's great to see that Jeremy Lin is healthy once again. So the Hawks overall are looking pretty good. Also got to show some love to young Simba, as they call him, Justin Anderson. He's now been in the lineup, making a few plays, making a few things shake. So what do you gentlemen thought on the Atlanta Hawks? As I mentioned, the record doesn't show. They've lost a lot of games by 2 points, 3 points. A lot of their games, they're still young and they're growing and learning. There really hasn't been a consistent starting lineup throughout the year. Coach Lloyd Pierce has, due to injury as well, but Coach Lloyd Pierce has been mixing and matching, as you say, some of the rosters and starting lineups that he's been throwing out there. What are you gentlemen's thoughts on the growth of the Hawks early in the season? And as we were talking a little bit during our pregame as we were getting to today's show started, are you bringing Zion Williamson here if you're Travis Slank or if you're the GM for the Atlanta Hawks?
I mean, if you bring him in, you know what you're bringing him here for, to get people in the stands.
Certainly. South Carolina, right up the road.
Exactly. So you know what you're
high flyer.
Yeah, so that's what you're bringing him for the get butts in the seats. You got a new upgraded arena. So you want people coming in the arena. So he's I hate to say this because I can't stand Duke, but he's the biggest name in college basketball right now. So if he has the biggest name in college basketball, if he gets number 1 pick, everybody already see him because of YouTube and ESPN, all this. So it's gonna be natural for people to gravitate to State Farm. Yeah. I mean, they might stink, but he might put on a show every now and then. So who knows? That's what they I guess what they try to shoot for. But if you're going for basketball purposes, I will go either RJ or Nasir Little or Cam Reddish. If you're going basketball purposes, but if you're going for pure getting people in the seats and highlights and all this, then you go for Zion. So we know what they're going for.
Like I said before, I want Cam Reddish. Zion,
you don't get no pressure for it. That boy can play.
Listen. He's from PA, from Norristown.
Oh, good Lord!
You know what? Never mind.
Right.
You know what? We don't. Nasir Little or RJ. We don't want nobody to feel.
Shout out to Cam.
Listen, what I do know is Zion. To me personally, like I always say, he'll be like a more athletic Julius Randle. And I'm not taking a more athletic Julius Randle with my number 1 pick. Now, if you just out here trying to sell tickets, and
no
you don't
Larry
really
Johnson,
care,
no Charles Barkley,
not in today's NBA.
Sean Kemp.
Yeah, that's cool and all. Not in today's NBA. I'm getting Cam Reddish, pair him up with Trey. I got a secondary ball.
Now let me ask you, gentlemen, this: what if you can get two? What if you have the first overall pick and the 5th overall pick? And you know that you
can do that,
you can get Zion, and you'll have a chance of getting another one of those top players. Whether it is RJ, even though RJ may go number 2,
I'm getting my shooter first. I'm getting my basketball reason pick out of the way first.
Zion gonna be Jason Maxfield.
Oh man! Shout out our man Steve in the cut. He said Zion gonna be Jason Maxfield.
That would not be.
You said track the trailer.
You know what? And Jason Maxfield was super athletic. When he was in Cincinnati,
he was short for a big man, super athletic,
everything.
Couldn't shoot a lick. He had a little set shot. That's about it.
Zion can shoot a tad.
He got a set shot.
Yeah, set shot. But you know what? That's not even a bad comparison. I mean,
it's low key disrespectful, but
a little bit. But a lot of people don't know Jason Maxfield is.
But
they might know him because his lady is on Basketball Wives. One of them.
I don't know. I don't watch that. But
oh shit, dude, he in the big 3 now.
Yeah, he in the big 3. Yeah.
Dang, that boy said Jason Maxfield. That's.
So what are your thoughts on the Hawks' growth? Do you like what you see out of the Hawks so far early in the year?
The game I got to see him play against the Raptors.
Oh yeah, y'all was out there.
Stephen A. Smith on.
Shout out Vince Carter getting that 25,000 point.
Well, you got a good picture, boy.
Hey.
I would hate because somebody gets a milestone while I'm here. Man, can Kyrie get 10,000 points? Somebody get a milestone while I'm here.
Hey,
God, damn, can't get
it was dope though. It was dope. I'm not gonna hold it. But they look like they're trying to find their groove. But what I will say is one thing: they look like they're trying to figure out what their identity is gonna be. Like you got John Collins and Dwayne Dedman shooting, jumpers. Yeah, I'm just like that wasn't your game.
They've asked him to shoot threes. That's something they've asked him to.
Yeah, but
I saw John Collins shoot one off a curl.
Listen, John shoots them things with straight confidence.
I'm not mad about it.
Practicing it.
I saw him shoot not a corner 3. He came off the curl, a pin down, shot off a curl from the wing. I said, all right, you know what?
I'm trying to figure out. Hey, Lloyd, what you doing out here?
We got him shooting threes.
What you doing out here, bro?
That's not okay. You shooting in the corner, cool. Catch a shoot. I'm not mad about that, but we're not sending pin downs. But John Collins, we're not doing that, though.
Hey, but a big problem they have is they're really inconsistent from deep. And it starts with Trey.
Bad shot taking.
It's like Trey. Just because you got the green light from the logo, you always got to take it.
Bro, I'm not gonna say the game where they played. Who was the last home game? Charlotte. I'm literally watching. They had a fast break, and then Trey had the lane for a layup. He literally stopped and shot from the logo, and I'm saying like, bro, what are you? I mean, everybody like ooh and ah, but that's a terrible shot. Like on a break, Steph not doing that. I mean,
Steph might do it, but he's earned the right to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Steph earned the right to shoot.
Steph shooting 40. Yeah, Steph shooting 40% from 3. Trey shooting 20-something%.
So like, bro, you can't be just coming up on a break and just pulling off from half.
That's basketball.
But I mean, that is basketball. Like Pavel said, basketball's getting boring now because everybody wants to shoot threes.
Well, you at the Celtics game?
He went to the Celtics. Man.
Oh yeah, they started off shooting like.
But all they doing
8%. They shot like 8%.
They shot 7% against the Raptors.
They shot 7%. I'm like, how is that possible to shoot 7% from the 3-point line?
I mean,
kick it out, and we pull it. Like it was for both ends because the Hawks will show like 16%, and they doing the same thing. That's basketball. Like, you don't see.
That's basketball now.
You don't see people doing double screens like. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. Like
it's basketball all around. I can't even play 2K19. That's all niggas.
D'Antoni done infiltrated the league.
Thank you. It's D'Antoni system. Really, it is. If you want to be honest.
Infiltrated the league.
The 7 seconds up.
It's a new day in the NBA.
It's a new day. Who can shoot more threes and make more threes? That's really what it is.
I'm telling you, because it's gonna be listen. DeMar DeRozan is a lost art.
Him and Kawhi probably a lost art.
But Kawhi still he'll jack a three.
He'll hit the three, but as far as mid range games, it probably was just DeMar and Kawhi.
Devin Booker got pretty decent.
Oh, yeah,
mid-range
Devin
game.
Booker,
and
too.
Kyrie. Kyrie got real.
Yeah.
Zion did. If you know how the NBA is,
Because you still need someone that's going to sell
You need
tickets.
people to sell tickets on the
And
seats.
on the fast break, like it's still the game is 3-pointers and fast breaks.
3-pointers
and
and dunks,
on the fast break, Zion going to bring the roof down. He going to bring the roof down. So,
Josh Smith or Jason?
nah, I ain't going to give him Josh Smith neither. Shout out to Jay Smooth, but I ain't going to give him that.
If you, I ain't gonna see too many people get in front of somebody who's 285.
It's not happening. So let me ask you gentlemen this. I know we've spoken it a few times so far, and we'll keep raising this question and bringing the debate up as the year continues to move along. With things looking how they look right now, just give me two teams. Who do you have in the 2018-19 NBA Finals today?
Warriors, and it don't matter. I said Warriors, and let me go off the cuff here. Somebody.
Bucks.
Damn, I was gonna say that too.
That's what I had earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It's not back to back.
So now I gotta pick somebody else. Bucks and Warriors, and I'm gonna go with Boston. I think they'll figure it out.
Warriors and Boston. Who you like?
I'm really liking. They play tonight. Two teams play tonight. Warriors in Toronto.
Warriors in Toronto.
Toronto.
I mean, I know how they stunk it up in the playoffs, but they also don't have LeBron in the playoffs anymore in the East, and Kawhi's there.
You gonna take Kyle Lowry shooting 10%
That's
from
why he's
three in
been
the
a facilitator
playoffs
right now. That's why he's been a facilitator right now.
H, who you got in the finals?
Not the Knicks and not the Brooklyn Nets.
Celtics.
H got the Lakers and the Celtics. Who you rocking with, Steve?
I said the Lakers. We got 200 on them.
Oh my God!
He gonna say the Lakers because anyway.
You bet on the Lakers this year,
You
dog?
keep betting on these things.
Because
They gonna go further than what team you said?
The Warriors. It's the finals.
You're tripping.
You're
You're tripping. That's
we know why Ace
You
picked.
sure that's a cigarette?
You know, look, you know why Ace picked the
I
Lakers.
don't.
LeBron.
But we still
been-
had this talk though.
We know that,
Brian ain't winning no final this year.
We know that, but Ace been saying we gonna get
No.
this chip.
Steve,
He
who-
ain't gonna get it. He ain't gonna get it. He ain't winning this year.
That's what that's just this
I
year.
know that, but
though.
Ace said that.
They
was-
make a couple moves. I might.
Yeah, though. He gonna get there.
Nah.
The Warriors and the Bucks.
Well, if
Warriors
he
and
get
the
there, he
Bucks,
gonna
Steve.
win.
I got Boston getting it together, man.
Boston and who?
Boston and the Warriors.
Boston and the
I mean, they be a
Warriors.
Cause Boogie coming back too now.
NBA Booker come back December
What's your
26th.
problem?
No, he's gonna be chilling. I'm going with the Warriors as well. I'm going with the Warriors.
Even
as
though
well.
I did say early in the season, I said Boogie was gonna mess that locker room up, but I guess
It ain't
it's
gonna
already
happen.
messed
It ain't
up.
gonna happen.
He been
I'm going with the Warriors and the Sixers. I'm going with the Warriors
of
and
course.
We know you going with the
course.
Sixers.
No,
We
I'm-
did we?
I think
I'm
not
not,
pick.
but we didn't ask you because we
I'm
already
going
knew
with
what you
I'm
were
going with the
picking.
Warriors and I think the Sixers gonna surprise a lot of people. They should.
They gonna beat Boston?
Yeah, Boston gonna play themselves. Boston gotta. Like last year, they should have got it done last year. It's one of them things where
Quick score
Lightning
is 10-13
10-13. The Saints down
Hey,
3 now.
I told
Thank you very much.
in the third quarter.
The Sixers, and when the playoffs come around this year, the Sixers are going to have another shooter, Carmelo Anthony, and
Carmelo finna be LA Fitness All Star.
Hey man, don't play my dog like that. man.
and we're going to see the best of Joel Embiid. So I'm going with the Warriors and the Sixers right there.
Don't also sleep if Kyle Korver get bought out because I don't know what
He already got traded.
He got traded though. He
bought out because Utah. Now I don't think they make a playoffs. They stinking.
they gonna keep him
They
though.
gonna
They
keep
ain't-
him.
they gave up and Alex Burke. He ain't going.
Break.
And
he-
salary, dog.
But still, they got me
He was good for
a game or two.
then he stunk it up. So I mean, who knows? Kyle Korver might, like they've been saying, he might end up by the trade deadline might end up in LA.
No, it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
He gonna be in Utah for the rest of the
For the
season.
rest, we'll see what happens next year if he decides to come back. But
He need to
he'll
go ahead and
Go ahead, hang it up though. This is even
I mean, he's a shooter, so cats can always use a shooter. You never
Yeah,
know.
but you a liability on defense.
He's been that all his career, so that ain't gonna
But
change.
it's worse now.
It's worse now. Like he used to get picked.
He used to at least take some charges.
Take charges.
He can't even get there to take the charge now.
Compete on defense. It's different. He competed on defense. He's saying he was a great defender, but he was competed. Now it's just like he's an old white man on the court. You're gonna pick on him. I like Cal.
Might
but
well give him some little bit of shorts, some tube socks.
You might be John Stockton now. Ain't too many white people in the NBA.
Oh, that's a few. We ain't gonna do that.
Hey,
Quick little update as far as the Golden State Warriors are concerned. Steph Curry will be back in action. He's missed the last few games, last couple weeks. Steph Curry will be back in action on Saturday as the Warriors, they're on a road trip right now. They're playing Toronto. They're currently losing to Toronto. Saturday's matchup is in Detroit against the Detroit Pistons, and then they'll be here on Monday. And it'll actually be great because if memory serves me correct, we have yet to have a game in Atlanta, knock on wood, hopefully it continues, where Durant and Curry, since Durant's been a Warrior, I don't believe Durant and Curry have both played in Atlanta. So I know it didn't happen his first year, and I feel like it didn't happen last year either.
No, because Durant was hurt his first year.
Yeah,
Durant was hurt his first year.
So that would be great to see. But Steph Curry will be in action. I'm taking it they're getting blown out right now by the face you just made.
KD just hit a game-tying 3, 8 seconds left.
Well. Sports update: Kevin Durant has tied the things.
Kawhi at the buzzer. He passes it out. Serge Ibaka for 3.
What? Serge Ibaka?
Overtime. We're going into overtime in Toronto.
I changed my pick. You are not. No.
That's what Serge Ibaka is now, though. He got with Kerry Hilson. He starts shooting 3.
I'm not going with Toronto just off of that. I know it's a game in November. No, I'm going with Golden State and Milwaukee or Philly.
You kicking the Surge?
You put the Surge.
If I'm Kawhi, I'm taking that. I don't give a damn. You could be holding on to my shorts.
Oh my
God,
this boy said he passed out.
Steph will be back on.
After KD hit the shot and tied in the corner on Kawhi.
Oh.
Well, Kawhi said earlier in the game that he wanted KD all night. So I mean,
But I'm saying the fact that KD hit it and you ain't want that get back.
I respect that. Yeah, I respect that.
Come on, man. I mean,
Well, we gonna see.
Kawhi got a 30 ball.
It's going into OT right now. Steph Curry will be back on Saturday night as the Warriors continue the road trip, and then the Warriors will be here right down the street.
And we'll come.
KD
got 47,
and KD has 47.
Jeez,
Thank you very much for the updates.
On a Kobe, Mr.
What's your Instagram? What's your IG?
Calico 24 Rose.
Follow Calico 24 Rose. There we go, because he's giving us the sports updates on the side right there. Big shout outs to him. But KD, I mean, he did it. He's been 40 plus the last 2 nights.
Exactly.
It's 45, well, 44 plus the last 2 nights. So Kevin Durant got something to prove. We're gonna take a quick break.
This is my team now.
We'll be right back. We're gonna talk a little sneaker talk. Take a quick break and be right back. You're tuned in. These Urban Times, Live Hip Hop Daily presents Sideline Stories.
Man said KD got 47.